Afre, members of the legislature. My name is Mary Ann Teregeyo, and I'm sorry I'm being a little bit emotional right in the very beginning, because it really bothers me that we're going through such an impeachment process at this moment. If you take a look, spend some time on the news, right before the news you watch vintage news. Channel 2, like everybody else has been staying tuned to nowadays. News from 2002, news from 2003, news from 1999. All the vintage news. What are the headlines on those times? I don't know if any of you have watched it. CUC, CHC, PSS. All of those have been issues that we've been facing many years. I see a lot of legislators here that have been sitting here, that have been legislators for a really long time. Why is it that we're so fast and so easy to blame the finger? These are problems that should have been solved. These are problems that still exist. You know, when we went through the budget process, you pull money from one, you put to the other. Really, people have to understand. There's not enough money. There is no other income coming in. We have to do with what we have. Some people want CHC as a priority. Hey, I've been in the hospital for the last 2 weeks because I have a really sick family member. You know, what are the priorities? We pull from DONR and we give to PSS. We pull from A and we give to B. We cannot satisfy everybody. But I do have one point here that I really like to make right now. And I apologize to I have a lot of family on both sides. And what really bothers me is that the family that are for impeachment have been complaining of how bad their situation is, blah, blah, blah. But they have been offered jobs, and guess what? They haven't taken it. So of course you're going to be broke because you don't want to work and take the job. I don't know, but when I grew up, my father and my mom, they told me, in Saipan, you can't be poor. My house was recently burglarized 3 weeks ago. Who do I blame? Somebody tried to make it a government issue. I don't think so. You know, guatasita, I'm sorry, but I grew up with that. So there really isn't any excuse for folks to be suffering. It just takes a lot of effort. But I do understand where they're coming from at the same time. But anyway, the point I want to make right now is one of the article impeachments is the failure of the retirement fund. And I don't know if any of you have looked into it, but Public Law 1515, which authorizes the Commonwealth government to suspend the government obligations, which is employer contributions, from 2006 to 2007, which is now being a fault of our governor. Well, I see it on the roll call committee vote here. Some of you who are so against impeachment, who are so for impeachment and blaming the governor on the retirement's failure, well, you, congressmen, have voted yes to stop contribution. You have voted yes, and now you turn the blame and point to the governor? I have the sheet right here. It became Public Law 1515. Come on, get real. Like everybody's saying. Let's wake up. Let's all work together. You know, I have friends on the left and friends on the right, and it took a lot of courage for me to stand up here because I pity, I'm sorry, I take that word back. I don't pity, but I feel both sides. We really need to sit down and think this properly. This is such a waste of effort for everybody. Thank you.